Howdy folks, it's Ultra and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today we're going to continue our mighty Mississippi VFR tour where we have started the Mississippi, Lake Itasca, Minnesota, flying the entire thing to the Mississippi River Delta in the Gulf of Mexico to south of New Orleans, Louisiana, and we are resuming not exactly where we left off, because we left off right here. We landed here thinking this was the airport. We landed right there and parked and used their restroom and ate their snacks. And not sure what this facility is, but actually I'm looking up right now. It is called the Mid-South Institute. Not sure what that is. It's a shooting range. Okay, so we parked at the shooting range. Good thing they didn't shoot at us. But that's where we parked last time. But now sim has been restarted, new day in real life, new day in the sim, and I found our airport. And if I look on Google Maps, I do see it, but this is very, very, very difficult to spot as though it's out of service. Like the runway's all overgrown and stuff. So I don't know if this exists in real life at the moment, but it's in the sim and we're using it because it's on the border of Mississippi, Tennessee, and Arkansas. With Arkansas being on the other side of the Mississippi, right there. We're in Mississippi, the state, and the border is, can you see it from here? The border is halfway through this horseshoe into Tennessee, Memphis greater area. Memphis airport is right next to this horseshoe right there. You can't see because of the haze. So that's where we are. That's where we left off. If you have no idea what's going on, perhaps you should watch the previous 8 videos. I think this is video number 9. I don't know, I lost track. It's all on my scheduled list that you don't need to see. But I think this is video 9. So we're going to take off here, head south. We will at least reach Louisiana today. I don't know if we're going to finish the trip today. It just depends on my real life time and how things are going. We'll see. So this might be the final video. This might be the penultimate video. I don't know yet. You will have to find out by watching. So there is no wind. Well, there's tiny, like 1 knot wind from 73 degrees or something, it said. So I think we can use either runway. We'll just use this one here. It doesn't really matter. Here's the airplane we're using, and we have somebody here to help us. This is the big Radials Norseman. We've been using this for the entire trip. I believe I still need to disclose that this was gifted to me, as was their entire hangar at the time by Big Radials as a thank you for all the stuff I've done with the community. They were one of my first subscribers. I think they were like subscriber number 7 or something way back when. And yeah, so they decided as a thank you to give me their planes, and I love them. I do not fly them nearly enough. I don't know why. I just haven't until now. So I love the Norseman. I love the Grumman. We'll fly the Grumman for some reason. I'll find a reason to fly it soon. Alrighty, so there you go. That is a kind of a cool shot. Kind of artsy fartsy. Anywho, I have my checklist on my other monitor as usual over here. And so let's hop inside. Try to hop inside. There we go. Let's go over here. Let's close the doors. Actually, we would remove the covers and stuff first. And the chocks, and then close the doors. But there you go. That guy's helping us out there. Anywho. Alrighty, fuel and passengers. I think I have to reset everything. Because I rebooted the sim because my drone was broken, as were a few other weird things. So I have to go back and do all this. We're using full fuel because we take most of the fuel for each leg. Pretty crazy, pretty exciting. Battery on, generator on, fullest tank, which is the belly tank, rear belly tank, right? I have to look this up every time. You think I would know by now. I've done this like 9 times. Is it 9 times? 8 times. This is our no, this is our 8th. This is our 8th. This is our 9th. This is our 9th. My checklist is wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is our 9th leg. Good grief. I thought I would do this in like 3 videos. But we took like 5 videos just to get out of Minnesota because the Mississippi is so crazy there. Alrighty, select fullest tank, generator on, we did, comp on, we did, props back, they are, throttle closed, mixture rich, carb cold it is over to the left, do not need shutters closed, so they're open right now, oil heat is cold because it's not cold outside and it's nice outside. And oil dilute, yes. Alrighty, we'll see how this goes. As I've said in every video now, I've only been able to start this on my own one time. All the other times I've had to do Control E to get it started. I don't understand why. I don't know what I did that one time that was so different, but yeah, I don't know what was different that one time, but it worked one time. I don't know. I do exactly the same every single time. So we're going to pump this thing twice. There we go. And then we're going to pump this thing 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we come back over here and we do starter, engage, and let go. And then we pump it up, or energize it up for 4 seconds. And then we start it. And it won't start. Not this time. So instead of wasting 20 minutes, I'm going to do Control E. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know why it worked once. There's obviously a little nuance I'm missing. Sometimes I've used oil dilute on and off. Sometimes I've done shutters open and closed. I mean, I've done these over here, hot and cold. I've done it all. I don't know what it is. Pitot blowout. I've done those. And I can't get it to start. Only 1 out of like 15 times now. Don't know, and there are no updates for this plane either. Not that I could find. I did check their website because this was gifted to me and the links files were sent directly to me. It's not like I got this in the marketplace where I'll get auto updates. So I have to figure it out, I guess, if there's updates. I don't know how that's supposed to work if I'm gifted something. I know when I'm gifted things with press keys or media keys for 2 other groups that I'm working with, that I've only done a few things with, I have their software that I run like everybody else. I just get auto updates that way, so I don't know. Anyway, let's move along. We need to do the flight plan. I told you we're just going to head south. We're at least going to get to Louisiana. So we're going to straddle Arkansas, Mississippi for most of the time. Of course, I'll tell you when we reach the Louisiana border. And then we will actually not see any cities of significance until Baton Rouge. And then that just leads us to New Orleans, which leads us to the Delta, and then the trip is over. So it is possible we will finish this today. It's possible, because there's not much to talk about. I'm just going to do the sightseeing for you without me talking until we get to the border with Louisiana. That's the only new state we see, because we see Mississippi the rest of the way. So yeah, I'll talk at the border of Louisiana, and then we'll come back together at Baton Rouge. I don't know how I'm going to finish this. We'll see. We will see. But anyway, for right now, we are Mississippi, Tennessee, Illinois, or Mississippi, Tennessee, Missouri. So Arkansas. Oh my gosh. We spent so much time in Missouri and Illinois. Anyway, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee. That's where we are now. That's where we're going to focus, and we're going to enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. We're not in a hurry. Obviously, there's been 9 videos. Alrighty. That's the flight plan. Weather. Do they have weather? They don't. So let's just hit B for barometer. I already told you the weather. Whoops. It's like it's like 1 or 2 knot wind from 71 degrees. So we're going to head off 180, which is kind of a tailwind, but I'm not worried about it. Alrighty, let's set up autopilot. Let's do 2,700 feet because that worked really well last time. And let's set heading bug to 180 right out of the gate. You can hear me moving my multi-panel, which I love, which does work. The switch panel I took off my desk because it never works. It just makes planes turn off. Whoops, that was... I did IAS. That's not going to do us any good. Alright, my heading is set to 180 now. So it's all ready to go. I just need to switch to vertical speed. Okay, here we go. Yeah, let's announce our taxi on runway 18. If we announce taxi, though, it's going to tell us to use 36, I bet.
Mike Sierra 65 traffic turtle soup Tango 41 is taxiing to runway 36.
Yeah, because technically it's the better runway, but I'm not worried about it. So we're going to cheat and actually go to the other runway. Okay, no lights to taxi, no taxi lights or anything, no flaps, as we've talked about many times before. If you are we going to make this turn, no, we're not. If you take off with flaps, you'll never get off the ground because the flaps keep you on the ground. Oh boy. The flaps keep you on the ground so much that you'll never take off. But you can't climb with the flaps either. I can't even get... Okay, fine. I can't turn around in time. So we're going to taxi to 36 anyway. Whatever. And then we'll just take off and make U-turn. Not a big deal. Alrighty, because we're on the runway, let's come over here and do all of our lights, even though I'm probably going to go off the track here. No, we're still on the runway. Barely. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so as we come out here and turn around, actually we're going to go beyond it. We need all the distance we can get, or else we're going to run into that gun range before we're in the air. This thing needs a long time to take off. And you can't use flaps for drag to take off because you won't lift up. You can't climb. Even with full power, you cannot climb in this thing with flaps. So, there you go. Landing lights on, just did. Nav lights on, I just did. Confirm carb cold. Confirm mixture rich. Yes, never touch those things. Props forward. Pitot heat time on clock. Yes. So here we go. We're going to get a little head start here. And there's no way we're going to be in the ground. You can see this white or yellow tick right there, that 120. That's what we need to be at before we can take off. And there's no way we're going to be at 120 by the end of this runway, even with the head start. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. See, look at runway's over. And look at that. We're not even close to 120. Look at that. What are we at? 100, 110, and 120. Here we go. Oh, see what I mean? This thing takes forever. Brakes to stop the wheels. And look at the gun range. Thank you for the hospitality yesterday, I guess. I don't know what else to say about it, but anyway. Oops, I forgot to announce that we took off. I just announced that we were taxiing. Whatever. A lot of drama in that little departure. Lots of drama. There's always drama with me. But that's okay. Alrighty, there we go. There's the gun range. There's the airport. We are in the air. Let's do autopilot, heading bug, vertical speed. Let's do 500 feet per minute. We'll keep everything fired walled. We just have to keep an eye on the fuel. And there we go. Where's the Mississippi? It's over here, right? Yep, there it is. Okay, so should we head over that way or should we just go straight a minute because it might curve back? No, it's never going to curve back. Let's go over to it. Alrighty, so I don't have anything else to say at the moment because I've done plenty of yapping across these 9 videos or whatever. So I'm going to just give you some sightseeing right away while I find that Louisiana border that I had picked out and I forgot where it is. And we will pretend that crazy departure did not happen that way. We will pretend that it was a wonderful takeoff. And look at the storms behind us. And we are going to enjoy the trip now that we're in the air and we're alive. Yeah. Anyway, enjoy the sightseeing. I'm going to find Louisiana and I'll see you there unless something interesting happens in between. Alright, we're not at the Louisiana border yet, but I did want to point out this river that you're looking at. That is the Arkansas River. If you remember, all of these rivers feeding the Mississippi have state names, right? We have the Minnesota River, the Wisconsin River, the Illinois River, the Missouri River, the Ohio River, and now the Arkansas River. They all feed into the Mississippi, and in the previous video we talked about how looking at a map, if you looked at the map of the rivers, this looks like it should be the Ohio River, the way that the Ohio River joined the Mississippi. But the way they name it, they're keeping it Mississippi. I don't know how they come up with the names, but there have been a few rivers now where it's like the Minnesota River joining Mississippi should have stayed Minnesota, it looked like, based on the way it was shaped. And then the Ohio River, it looked like the Mississippi dumped into the Ohio River, the way it's shaped on the map, but that's not how they named it. So anyway, this is a big moment. This is the Arkansas River joining the Mississippi now. So all these big rivers joining the Mississippi. And one more thing, my prediction came true. If you remember the very beginning, I said the beginning videos of following Mississippi were going to be dramatic and convoluted, and those get easier and easier as we go, and that is the case. I'm just like setting this plane and just letting it fly for hours at a time. I've been flying for almost an hour already. I don't know what you've seen edited down, but it certainly hasn't been an hour. I'm just flying along and looking at stuff and capturing images for you, and it's getting easier and easier. Lastly, before I go back to sightseeing, we are going to stop in Baton Rouge. I already picked out the airport, and the reason for that is going from Baton Rouge to New Orleans to the end of the Mississippi River Delta in the Gulf and coming back to New Orleans to find a place to land. That in itself is definitely worthy of an entire video. So you'll see me again, or you'll hear me again when we get to the Louisiana border, and then we'll also talk about where Mississippi turns off, and then the Mississippi River is completely contained within Louisiana. Because if you remember, it was, it's only in Minnesota, and then it joined Wisconsin, where it has shared states now this entire time, but eventually it'll only be in Louisiana. So the beginning and the end are in their own states, but everywhere else has been bordering states. So we'll talk about that moment too, because that's a big moment. So anyway, back to sightseeing, and you'll hear me again when we reach the border with Louisiana and Mississippi, when we say goodbye to Arkansas, and I'll see you then. Alright, just like that, we are entering Greenville, Mississippi, which from this distance doesn't look like much, but it's there. Big town over there, has a pretty big airport too, which we're not going to land at. This river looking thing, this horseshoe or this U, is actually a lake called Lake Ferguson. So it's an interesting lake that looks like a river, but they call it a lake. And then over here there's this other gigantic horseshoe. Does that have a name too? Yes, Lake Chicot. Chicot, C-H-I-C-O-T. I'm sure it's French, Chicot. I don't know what it is in French. But that's kind of cool. Then there's this tiny little river that has a name called the Old River. This little tiny river here. Old River. So lots of water around. Looks pretty cool. Greenville means we're about 20-ish, 25 miles from the border with Louisiana, so we're getting close now. It's obvious on the map where it is. I'll show you, because the airports change, so even if you don't know where you are, you can check this out, right? Mississippi airports, Arkansas airports, Louisiana 1. The border of Arkansas, Louisiana is right on the tip of this water. So there you go. This is your border of Arkansas here, Louisiana here, Mississippi still here. So I'll point that out when we get there. I'm just letting you know that it's really easy to spot on a map. And when our little airplane icon gets to the tip of that water, we know we're on the border. So we're almost there, just a few more miles. And here we go. We're entering Louisiana. The border goes right between the little pond and the big pond. Actually, those are pretty good sized lakes, but that's the border, Louisiana, right here. This road thing cutting right through. Bam, bam, bam. So, we have... I've lost my mind. What do we have? We have Arkansas here, Louisiana here, and we're over Mississippi right now. We're on the Mississippi side of the Mississippi. So anyway, that's the last state border we'll discuss now that we're in Louisiana / Mississippi. The next time we'll discuss anything regarding states is when Mississippi, the state, turns away and Mississippi, the river, is completely within Louisiana. That'll be the next time you hear my voice. I'm going to try now to make it to Baton Rouge. I've been flying for about an hour and 20 minutes. I don't know what it's been for you. Certainly not that long. Oh my, that's cool. What was that? I didn't do anything. Did the weather update or something? I don't know. Sometimes weird stuff happens like that. Anywho, I'm going to try to keep flying here to Baton Rouge. We might not make it. I might have to stop before. Oh, we got a fuel, by the way. Oh wait, we are, aren't we? Okay, never mind. Oh, that's right. It was using the wing tanks, wasn't it? So I got to balance the wing tanks out. Because I started it with the belly tank, but when I did the Control E to start on its own to switch to wings, I have to balance the wings. Anywho, I want to make it Baton Rouge. I don't know if I'm going to. That's what I'm trying to say. So next time I'll talk is when Mississippi, the state, turns away from us. The Mississippi River is completely engulfed in Louisiana, which is still quite a ways from Baton Rouge. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna. I have a place picked out either way, depending how far we get. So anyway, enjoy the sightseeing for another couple minutes for you. It's gonna be about another hour-ish for me, I think, before we get to Baton Rouge. So we'll see if we make it. I'll see you in a little bit. So we've entered some clouds. It's been a while, but yep. So we had a perfect day for flying. Now we can't see anything. We're relying on the VFR map with our icon in the middle, but in real life, we'd be kind of screwed if we didn't have like an iPad or something that would keep track of where we were, since we are VFR and now an IMC. And we're picking up something on the radio, but that's fine. We do have our landing spot, which is right here, which is just outside of Baton Rouge. It's in a town called New Roads, Louisiana, and it's called the False River Airport. The border where Mississippi comes down and turns away, and Louisiana comes down and goes out to the toe of the boot, is right here. There's a prison there in Angola, I guess, and the Mississippi comes down to the water and then turns away from us. So at this point, we will be completely in Louisiana and not sharing any more borders with any other states. I don't think we can land there and take off. I don't think there's enough room. So we're going to go all the way, not much further, only a couple miles further, to False River. That's the plan. But the immediate thing we need to figure out is the clouds and what we're going to do about that. Oh, I have been changing tanks, by the way, so we are now on the belly tank because the wings are almost empty. So there's a river below us. Let's come down a little bit. Let's come down to 2,100 feet and see if that puts us below the clouds. Of course, we don't have to worry about running into terrain because terrain is only like 100 feet above sea level or something. So we'll still be 2,000 feet above ground level. But if you get too low, it just doesn't look as good and you can't see as much. So let's do vertical speed. Negative 400 feet per minute, and let's see if it actually brings us down. It will, and let's see if it actually stops at 2,100 feet. We have a little ways to go, and hopefully we'll be below the clouds. That'd be so nice. Alright, the river is getting clearer as we come lower. We'll have to see if it's enough though. 400 feet to go. Let's see. We're over the city of Natchez, I guess, if you're interested in seeing where we are. Whoop, that noise upstairs is my child with his boxing thing that he has. I apologize. So we're heading south, so Natchez is on the Mississippi side. And below us is Vidalia on the Louisiana side. There's an airport over there too, it says. Can you see it? I don't see it. It's probably behind us now. Anyway, is that enough? That is 2,100 feet, and we're still in the clouds. First of all, let's turn a little bit to follow the river, because that's what we're doing. And then we will come down even more, I guess. Let's come down to 1,700 feet. Oh, that's lower than I want to be, but if it's below the clouds, it's below the clouds. Let's drop down 600 feet per minute, and let's see what happens here, if it gets clearer for us. That's better. Okay, so we're just going to hang out at 1,800 feet, which is a lot lower than I'd want to be, but we're still, you know, a good 1,500 feet above ground level or so, so we're fine. I don't know if we'll be able to spot an airport from this altitude, but do the best we can. I know the river's over there, but it comes back across, see. Okay, so that's a little update for you. We're getting very close now. We're about 45 nautical miles away from the border where Mississippi turns away and Louisiana spreads out to the east, and the boot, the toe part of the boot. And you'll hear me talking again then, and then we'll find our False River Regional Airport to land in just a few moments. Alright, we're about to cross into Louisiana from Mississippi because we're on the Mississippi side of the river, but then it's gonna, Mississippi, the state is gonna turn away, and then we'll be completely in Louisiana for the rest of the trip. I was looking around at the forest. That's such a beautiful, like, look how beautiful that is. That is insane. I could just stare at that for an hour, which is great because I've been staring at all this for basically 2 hours now since the video started. So anyway, oh, look at the little river in here. That's kind of cool. Take a kayak down that. How amazing would that be? That's Mississippi over there. We're kind of just doing a straight line to our airport. So we're not over the water itself. But anyway, we are about to cross over into fully Louisiana right at LA 67. Alpha 67. So when we get there, that will be the border. So see this body of water that looks like a rectangle? The northern tip is the border. So that means right here, Mississippi, which is on this side, goes whoop, straight across off into the distance. And then this is all Louisiana here now. So Mississippi, Louisiana. And Louisiana on that side too. So there's your border right on that interesting rectangle. There's a prison at the end of it too. And a little tiny airport. So anyway, that's what we're doing for, checking things out. But we're landing at, where'd it go? Hotel Zulu Romeo. So let's tune that in. Sorry, I'm really distracted by this forest. It's just incredibly gorgeous. It is natural forest area. In fact, we're going to be crossing over Cat Island National Wildlife Refuge. Not sure what that means, but we'll be crossing over. Alrighty, here's False River. Let's tune on weather, I guess, first. Alrighty, it's not towered though, but we'll check in their runway in a second. So here you go, here's our border. It's actually highlighted for us here, where this road is. So now we are crossing into solely Louisiana for the rest of the trip, which is clearly going to be one more video, hopefully just one more video. So we'll do this in 10 videos, which is way more than I thought, but it turned out to be necessary. So there we go. There is Louisiana coming over, Mississippi going away. Cool. This forest is just super awesome and distracting. But yeah, there's a prison. I can see it. You can actually make out the prison. Look at that. Yeah, there's a prison there, I guess. And there's an arts building or something? Not exactly sure, but that's what it said on the map. So there's Angola Prison, those of you who are interested, I guess. But we need to go to our airport. Looks like the clouds went up a little bit. We could climb a little bit to help see the airport better. Oh, look at that. There it is. Never mind. We can just go for the lights, but we want 22, which is going to be opposite how we're facing. Well, no, it's going to be like dogleg to the right, but like this, right? Because right now we're facing 165, so 22's to the right. So let's give ourselves some space by going this way. Let's tune in traffic. Whoops, no, 3. And there's no 22. There's a 18. 18 is close to 22. But it says wind is 40 degrees. So if you draw a compass in your head, north is up, 40 is a little bit to the right, 22 would be opposite that, 36 would be better than 18, because 36 is north, and we just have a crosswind of only 40 degrees. So let's do runway 36, and let's do announce full stop landing, and announce position.
Kilo Hotel Zulu Romeo traffic turtle soup Tango 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 411 3 miles north, 1,700 feet inbound to land runway tree 6.
So the lights blinking at us would be 18. So we're going to go to the right and make a left traffic pattern here onto 36. So that's kind of weird. Anywho, let's look outside a little bit while we can. Now we're over the Mississippi, of course. Runways in sight. Mississippi curves around. This right here is Cat Island National Wildlife Refuge. I don't know why it's called that or what it means. You can Google it. But our airport is actually on the other side of this landmass. So the Mississippi comes here, and then it comes back again. We're landing on that side, the far side. And then the next video will be over Baton Rouge, over New Orleans, over the Mississippi River Delta into the Gulf, and then we have to backtrack up the Delta a little bit to an airport to land. I haven't figured out that part yet, but I just know it's going to add time. So it's definitely going to be a full video all on its own. Anywho, looking outside, nicely below the cloud layer, which is awesome. And looking back into Mississippi, otherwise this is all Louisiana. This is where the shoelaces would be on top of the foot part of the boot, which goes over there. And look at that, all the agriculture of the plains is all long gone, is all forest now. And healthy vegetation. Just amazing with all these little like lake things. This is called the something old river. Rakukuri? I don't know, the print is too small. Rakukuri, Rakurchi, old river, something like that. Very interesting. And then our airport is off of the False River, which would be why it's the False River Regional Airport. Makes sense. Alrighty. There is the Cat Wildlife Refuge right there, Cat Island. There's our airport. Yeah, looks good. Fuel should be good too. The wings are basically empty. We still got plenty of fuel there. Very good. Alright. Approach checklist. Here we go. Whether we got it. Fullest tank selected, we actually do. Landing lights on, they always were. Flaps down as we need them. Landing approach speed 100, landing speed 85 to 90. So when we're in this view, 3 o'clock, sorry, is our approach speed. Tail rigger, so you want to start high, come down steep, which we haven't been doing all that much, unfortunately, because I've been trying to find places and panicking, but hopefully we'll be high enough, because if you lose the airport under your nose, you're too low, and because of the clouds, we're going to be kind of too low, I think. But that's okay. We will figure it out. We will be just fine. Alrighty, this is kind of a weird downwind leg too far away. We're going to call it anyway.
Kilo Hotel Zulu Romeo traffic turtle soup Tango 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 41 is on downwind runway tree 6.
Normally the downwind would be right here, then we call it later, but I'm calling it now. Then we'll call base, and then final. Base is 7, right? Base is 7, final is 3. 7 and 3 we need. Alrighty, let's kill autopilot and let's announce base.
Hotel Zulu Romeo traffic turtle soup Tango 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 41 is on base runway tree 6.
Bring back throttles. And we don't need a huge final. We are going to keep our altitude up though, just so we can see the airport. Like I said, steep landing or steep approach at 100 miles per hour. I keep saying knots. This is actually measured miles per hour in this airplane. And touchdown at 85. And of course we lost the runway. There we go. Alrighty, get some flaps down. Keep our speed up though. Or not our speed, keep our throttle up because it's going to make us slow way down. And let's announce final. Well, not final yet, I guess. We're still on base. And be ready. Whoa! My nose is all the way, or my yoke is all the way forward. And I can't compensate for the floating of the flaps. Good grief. Keep an eye on our speed. There's a great approach speed. Let's announce final.
Kilo Hotel Zulu Romeo traffic turtle soup Tango 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 41 is on final runway tree 6 to land.
Alrighty. Over there's Baton Rouge. You can see it already. That's how close we are to Baton Rouge. So we are in the area. So, okay. Here we go. Let's keep our speed correct and everything as we come in. And get comfy in our chairs. Although there's no time for comfort right now, just concentration. And we will land at False River Regional momentarily. And my 2.5 hours or so of flying, or is it 3.5? I think it's been 2.5 hours of flying. Will come to an end for now. So, okay, see, when you got full flaps out, you sink like a rock. This is why you can't take off with flaps. See, look. Even if we climb a little bit, we can't get to takeoff speed with flaps. It's crazy. Are there Pappy in the middle of the runway? No, it's just they were all like weird. They're rendered better now. Okay, that's strange. Alright, good approach speed. And good steep approach, maybe? Nope. See, we keep sinking every time. Every time I bring back throttles, we sink. So we're going to be out to the side a little bit here so we can see the airport. We're a little high on purpose, obviously. And then we're going to come down like so. Good. We're getting better at landing this thing. It's very difficult to land, and I enjoy that it's difficult to land. Oh boy. Come on. I've got no yoke at all. Oh, that was weird because we were at perfect approach speed, but I couldn't control it. Now we're at touchdown speed. Okay, very strange. And very bad bounce. That was weird. I lost all control. Do I have rudder? I don't have rudder control. I lost control of everything. It's going to ground loop because I have no control. What's going on? I lost control of my airplane. I've got no rudder control. It's just going to do whatever it wants. Oh, man. Dang it. This is going to be my best landing, too. What is going on? It's just going back and forth on its own. Okay, well, let's park it here then. And have the... Where are my brakes over here? Let's just park it here. I mean, you can see it moving on the screen, but nothing's happening. Okay, fine. Parking brake is set. We'll declare an emergency. We're not clear of the runway. We need help. We need somebody to come fix our plane. Oh my gosh, what happened? That was supposed to be the best landing so far and ended up being a disaster. Okay, weird. Whatever. I'm going to restart this sim anyway because I'm going to be doing the final video another day in real life. Let's shut this down as best as we can. Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to have a warning that we're stuck on the runway and that we can't move off of it because I can't control the direction. Weird. I don't remember saying it was super windy or anything because sometimes that'll manage it or screw it up. But okay, let's open up the door and put the chocks out. We're not going to cover anything because we got to get out of here soon. All right, that's very strange. We will take off appropriately though in the next video, so make sure your subscribe notifications turned on and hit like button so people know we exist, especially if you're watching in the future. That way the algorithm will tell the algorithm it'll still, be interesting for people. There's Baton Rouge right there, barely rendered in. So for the next video will be the final video, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, the Mississippi River Delta, then back to New Orleans to park. That's the plan for the next video. So hopefully you enjoyed it so far. It's been getting easier in some ways, but some weird things keep happening, which is great. Weird things keep it interesting, and I'll see you next time.